Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Titans, Season 1, Episode 2, Hawk and Dove, which is kind of funny, I guess would be the right word, not ironic, but coincidental, whatever, that the four main characters of this episode are all birds, where we have Robin, Raven, Hawk, and Dove. So, I don't know, that just kind of stood out to me and made me laugh. So from the very beginning, this episode reminds you this is not like the cartoons, this is not Teen Titans, this is not Young Justice, this is not the comic book, this is dark and this is gritty and this is fucked up. Where it starts out with Hawk being strung up and it's in Washington DC and they're just like stabbing him and beating him and they're like, take his pants off, and he has scissors to like cut something off, and so clearly this is messed up. We realize that this is Hank and Dawn that are Hawk and Dove. Very like the names sound similar, so you get it. And so, but it's kind of funny. We have a quick flashback to 4 years ago where we see Hawk and Dove and Robin teaming up together. So from there, we see we see Dick and Rachel going out drinking coffee together and her having the sweet tooth. Like, this episode's great for character development, introducing new characters, and even introducing a new villain. Where they pull out this body and all of the organs are bust, but he has a tattoo of a raven on his back, and that's the first mention of Raven. So it's kind of one of those foreshadow. Everybody who's read the comics are like, oh, this is going to be important because it has Raven on him. So it's kind of interesting and it stands out to people. Dick calls Alfred, which again, that's a reference to like Batman, Bruce Wayne, stuff like that. So it's keeping in that continuity, which is great. It's really, really interesting. I like how Rachel's watching Game of Thrones, and it's kind of funny because it's two of like the best characters. It's Arya and the Hound. We have a young girl who is like a killing machine, and we have this like really strong warrior type. We have Raven and we have Robin, and so it's kind of allegorical, but it's a great scene watching her watch Game of Thrones. And even Dick's like, are you supposed to be watching this? And she's like, dude, I've killed people, like, what are you talking about? Like, this is too adult. We meet the new villains of the series, which is like this nuclear family, the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, and how somebody like rings on the door and he's like, congratulations, you're activated. And they just bust out needles and they have all of these weapons and stuff, and you're like, well shit, what is this? Like, it's like some sort of spy agency, and it's really well done. It's a very effective tool to see what this family's gonna do. Raven talks about how bad things happen when she's mad or when she's angry or scared, which again, that's a little bit of foreshadow, but we have seen the reflection of Raven kind of come out at different times. When Dick brings Rachel to Hank and Dawn's house, she gets this flashback of clearly Dawn and Dick have had the dick before. Dawn has had the dick. So there's been like some sort of cheating relationship going on right there before. And it's kind of interesting. Rachel breaks down the fight between Hank and Dick, where as soon as Hank gets there, he's like, what's going on? And immediately goes to that cheating thing, and we see that reflection come out, and it breaks all the windows and stuff, and it's effective. It's a really well shot scene. I really like it. The nuclear family, like, presumably kills Dick's partner, where they just beat the shit out of that poor woman. And it's kind of showing how, like when we first see the weapons and stuff, it's like, oh, what's going on here? Nope, they are, like, deranged sociopaths. So I'm really excited to see what these villains are. And I'm kind of interested how they didn't use villains that are well known. It's not the Joker, it's not the Riddler, it's not Mr. Freeze, it's not any of these people that we know by name. It's just this nuclear family that just show up like it's almost like Leave It to Beaver, where they're like, gee williger, and now they're killing people. So I'm super interested to see how this family progresses. We see a little bit so throughout this episode, Dick is continuously trying to talk Dawn out of doing this last big heist, which, as fans of superheroes, we know is never the last big heist. But Hawk and Dove do it anyway, and sure enough, they get the shit beat out of them, and it's the same guy as before from 4 years ago, coincidentally. And he's like, "Where were we last time? Oh, right, we're taking your pants off." And he busts out the scissors. And then once again, it's that overly brutal fight scene that, like, as interesting as this show is, the fight scenes are a little too brutal. Like, where he stabs the guy through the groin, it's hardcore, and then he uses his little Robin orang things, and it goes right into the guy's eyeball. And I'm like, nope, not dealing with that today. Like, I can watch, like, torture stuff all day long. Like, Saw movies don't bother me. Horror movies don't bother me. None of that. Like, I'm fine. Whatever. I can watch it. Whatever. Like, as soon as it deals with the eyeballs, like, I'm out. Like, it freaks me out. My eyes are watering just talking about it. Like, I hate eyeball stuff. And, like, when Robin's thing goes in the guy's eye, like, my eyes started watering. And I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with this today. Rachel finds the money that Alfred sent to Dick, and he was basically going to pay Dawn and Hank to take care of Rachel for him. And she freaks out. She's like, "You lied to me, and you must be a good liar." And he's like, "No, I was going to come back for you, but I had to take care of you." And she's like, "Nope, you're lying again." And sure enough, the nuclear family shows up again and kicks their ass. Like, it is a badass fight scene, and they throw Dawn off the roof, and she's like bleeding, and it looks like she's about to die, and it's hardcore. Hank gets the shit beat out of him and a bat to the head, and it looks like they take Rachel with them. Like, it is a fucked up fight scene, and the nuclear family kind of wins. Like, it is not a happy scene. So overall, like, this whole series so far, only episode 2, it's really dark. Like, figuratively, it is really dark. Literally, it's really dark because, like, the lighting and stuff. But so far, it's better than I had thought it was going to be. For those who have seen this one, what did you guys think about the nuclear family? What did you think about Hawk and Dove? What do you think about Raven and Dick? Go ahead, let me know. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Origins.